past few weeks, I've finally played Mutatzione. It's a game which is self-described as a mutant soap opera. It was developed by a Danish studio named Untitled Chapter and published by Akapura Games. It's a game which, in its every move, oozes a certain style, and although some may describe it as a walking simulator, its gameplay is unique and at times thoroughly entertaining. The gameplay I'm describing, other than talking and walking around, is its fantastic garden system, which lets you plant plants which create music and obviously show up on the screen, so you can kind of paint a little pretty picture using those plants and the tools that the developers give you. It's an interesting system which fits in with the game's style, and it also fits in with the game's story, which includes many paranormal and supernatural elements, but its best moments are defined by the interaction between its characters and how it plays with the relationships of those characters in those interactions. It's a story about a tightly knit community on a very small island, long abandoned by the new and modern world and its inhabitants, who constantly shriek at the villagers' appearance due to their mutated form. Those forms were caused by the paranormal and supernatural circumstances we discussed earlier, and it adds an interesting twist to the characters that seem so normal and believable, so real that they probably could exist in the real world. All of this is obviously down to the fantastic writing from the people at Untitled Chapter, who really sell both the community and the characters in that community itself. And the entire story is nicely paced with a nice mechanic, which is the notebook, which basically lists what the character wants to do and helps move the story along in a way that feels natural and in a way that doesn't feel convoluted or difficult to get hold of. In the last few minutes I've been listing off different parts and mechanics of the game, and some may ask, how do they fit alongside each other? And the answer to that would be that the different parts and mechanics of the game have been nicely packed in something we could call a really unique style, which creates a little piece of each mechanic in this game. For instance, the look of the gardens works so well due to the fantastic art style of the game, and little sounds and songs which the different plants create can also be put down to the fantastic direction of the music in this game. And then perhaps we can compare this to the characters in the game. The fantastic art style helps direct the simplistic look of each character in the game, each one with a certain style and colour, which helps punctuate their own personality and characteristics. On the other hand, each character makes a certain noise when they speak. As the lines can all be voiced, they use a different sound for each word or letter that a character says. For instance, if the character was old, the sound they make would be harsh and coarse. But if the character was young and hopeful, then perhaps the sound they make while they speak will be more happier, or in a major tone rather than a minor tone, or perhaps smoother rather than harsher. Along with this, the style helps tie in the setting with the characters and the game's mechanics, as they use the same art direction as the gardens and the characters and the speech and the music. The art direction, music and the setting are all like large brushstrokes, creating the background for the painting. The story and the game's mechanics are almost like the medium brushstrokes, creating the different objects in this imaginary painting, and the characters like little brushstrokes, finely tuning the painting with little details, all of which create a fantastic and beautiful looking painting, with its uniqueness making it an image which will take a long time to forget. Thanks for watching.